Hi, I'm Andy from DP, and you're in Grand Alley with Gregory Struss.
Almost live and on location with Mobile Studio 50. You're in Grand Alley at the intersection with Gregory Struss. Good evening, I'm Mark Sandstead from Radioactive on New Rock 97.9 GRD, inviting you to stay tuned for the next 30 minutes because you'll hang with me, bond with Domestic Problems at their recent CD release concert at Calvin College, celebrate 25 years of the intersection with its fearless owner Dave Deaver, and Ev Strong from Music Review will join us with the band Bodfly. Now here's the only host who took dancing lessons for the anniversary waltz, Gregory Struss.
Thank you. Welcome. So is everyone, are you applauding because you're happy we're started or because the band's finally going to get to play tonight? I'm really sure. Thank you and welcome to another installment of Grand Alley on the Road. Yes, we didn't learn a damn thing from last week's show, Graham. So, I just wanted a second stab at last week's lame monologue, so here it goes. Welcome to the 25th anniversary of the intersection, 25 years. And I want to apologize for our starting the show so late, but I was busy taping a guest shot on a show for the network. Yeah, it was an episode of Shaken by the Nanny. So, it seems toy company Mattel, I don't know if any of you heard about this, is changing Barbie's image. Yeah, they're widening her hips, increasing her waistline, and reducing the size of her breasts. She's now 20% less plastic than Pamela Lee. Yes. Are you sure we're not doing Weekend Update here? Wasn't really sure. From the people who brought you Chernobyl, wasn't that about a power issue too? Wasn't there something with power? Fits perfectly for tonight. The Russians have a plan about how to deal with Iraq. Have any of you been following this whole skittish thing? See, they think we should stop selling tanks to Iraq so that they can sell their tanks. That way, the whole Iraqi army could cost too much and fall apart like Tinker Toys in the sand. And finally, Catholic priests are talking about reinstituting meatless Fridays. But altar boy Saturdays are still okay. Thank you. Okay, we have a great show tonight. We have the music of Botfly. We also have, they just want to get them on. They want us out of here. We also have a look at Domestic Problems CD release concert at Calvin College. And the man who has been responsible for all the bands coming here for the last 25 years, actually 8 of those 25 years, Dave Deaver. Yes. So it's a big celebration, 25 years of the intersection. Here's Mark Sandstead from Radioactive on GRD to tell you how they can write in. You got to read your script here. Where's Mark has to read his script. Here you are, Mark. People will have to write in and tell us about how they... Go ahead, read it.
Well, if you're tired of what the other television stations
TV
in town have been airing on Saturday nights, make your comments known of contacting West Michigan's first and only late-night talk entertainment showgram. Send us your thoughts via email on our webpage on the World Wide Web. It's all here for the taking at www.gawgs.brockhouse.com or by our ever-dependable post office. By doing so, you assist us in moving our show to an earlier time slot. Make your comments be heard at www.gawgs.brockhouse.com or fax us at area code 616-844-3353. Either way, we want to bond with you. Now, back to more of 25 years at the intersection on Grand Alley with Gregory Struss.
Thank you. I've never felt so much love in one room. This is big music news. Did you hear this? This was just in. It said something like, word has it, Salt and Pepper, not Spice Girls.
Really?
This is a rough crowd tonight. How are you, Mark?
I'm good.
Long time no see. How have you been?
Very well, thanks.
Do you ever do anything with, let's see here, with Ebonics? Has anyone heard of this before?
I haven't done it. No.
It's Ebonics.
I stick to English.
You stick to English.
Yeah, that's what I learned.
Well, Dave will probably appreciate this because Dave Deaver was an English major at one time. Anyway, here are a couple of these things. It's like a spelling catacomb. Don King was at the fight the other night. Man, somebody give that catacomb. Okay, it's late at night. How about rectum? I had 2 Cadillacs, but my old lady wrecked them both. Okay, one last one here. Foreclose. If I pay alimony this month, I'll have no money for clothes. Thank you, Jeremy. How have you been? Now, Radioactive 3
Yeah.
is starting to come out in the next week or so.
It comes out Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, we kicked off our tour last night right here at the intersection, actually, and it was a great way to get things started. We've got a 7-date tour set up for it, actually a 7-show tour, and including an all-ages show coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So do you find that after you're done with doing the disc, that's when you find time to go skiing? And you said something about backpacking.
That's
through Europe. How did you all of a sudden backpack through Europe?
Well, that's something I did a few years ago, but that's something that as before I was kind of entering my career that I had to do, and I would recommend anybody doing that. You get that bug, you got to just get out and do it. And
that's been the problem with me in this show. It's just been the constant bug. Right? What are some of the groups that are going to? Now I notice. Now, did I read this right? That Mustard Plug is performing a Verve Pipe tune on the new disc.
Yeah, exactly. They've done a ska cover of The Freshman, which of course has been a #1 song nationally. And well, it's kind of strange because The Freshman has been played here in West Michigan since '93, and the rest of the country just kind of got a chance to pick up on it, and it's gone through various mutations, and Mustard Plug has been playing it out live, and we figured, what the heck, let's get him in the studio, and got it all cleared with the powers that be, and it's been a hugely responded to song, and it's kind of cool.
We had a chance to talk with Donnie Brown when he was down at Kalmazoo, the State Theater, and somebody told me, and I said this to him, I was like, somebody said that there were 20 versions of this song, and he said it was grotesquely overestimated. What was the deal with that?
There were really 3 versions of it. It came out on their independent album called I've Suffered a Head Injury in 1993, and for practical purposes, that was the song. And then when they recorded Villains, their current release on RCA Records, they re-recorded the song, and they weren't quite pleased with the way it came out. And so before it was released as a single to the country, they reproduced it again. So actually what happened is they released the CD, it had 1 version of Villains on it for about the first 6 months, and then when it was to become a single, the CD was released with this final single on it. And the single that was played on the radio massively is the one that, really it settled at. So it was really 3.
And another group that has made many inroads here is Domestic Problems. We're going to have a chance to take a look at their play release, their new CD.
Absolutely.
The play. What did you think of that whole night?
Oh, it was a special night. The fact that they were able to sell out the Calvin, auditorium. There were, 1,200 people.
And
there.
Mark makes a brief guest appearance in this. So, Kara, go ahead, roll that tape from Domestic Problems CD release party.
This is Domestic Problems. Let's play.
The guys just did such a great job on this whole. They worked so hard on the CD, and then to release it with such class and dignity and so many people, it's a great thing.
How do you feel about this? Because you've kind of nurtured them along.
Well, these guys have worked really hard, and there's really no substitute for hard work. There's no question that Grand Rapids in the West Michigan area will be a national music scene. It just takes a little more time, and we're getting closer every day.
First of all, congratulations on your second CD.
Thank you.
And actually opening up our show here on Channel 3. We have to put that pub in anytime we can get.
That's all right. Hey, I'm just waving to the people.
With all the success that you guys have received on the local level, what do you think's up next?
I think we just got to keep focused on what we're doing. I mean, that's what we love to do, and to be able to come out and to put on a show and an event like this is reaffirming to us that we are capable of doing it. So I think we just keep focused on what we're doing. If somebody comes along and says, "Hey, I really like what you guys are doing. I get it, I understand it, and I can make it, better," then that's great. But if it's good enough, people will come to us. But if not, I think we're pretty content doing what we're doing right now. So.
Standing backstage here and listening, and all of a sudden we hear you busting out into a Pat Benatar tune.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if anyone remembered who Pat Benatar was. Hit me with your best shot.
That's right. And then we go into Ghostbusters after that. That's El Matador. It's it's our live tune. So when we do live and the crowd just goes crazy for it. I don't know what it is, but they love it.
El Matador chips are great too. Have you had those?
Oh yeah, they're made right here in Grand Rapids.
What do you think's going to happen in the next 5?
Next 5 years? Yeah. I think that what I hope would happen is that we can continue to expand nationally, and again keep making a living at it. And there's a fortune cookie that you can't control your fate, but you can control your destiny. So just continue to control our own destinies and see what happens.
Best of luck to you. Thanks so. Thank you.
Need some help. Okay, look at Domestic Problem CD release party at Calvin College. They sold out.
That was great. It was really a great night. And those guys are out on tour right now. They're out in Colorado and Washington State and out for the longest road trip of their career, which is going to total about 3 weeks. So,
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Now, the Radioactive 3 comes out and...
It's actually out in stores on Friday. We'll be doing a CD release tour. A part of that will be Wednesday night at Sluggo's. You'll be able to actually get the CD a couple days before it comes out at Wednesday at Sluggo's. And you can actually come out to Sluggo's without coming into the gig and buy the disc. So it will be available after 8 o'clock on Wednesday.
And later tonight, you have a special 3-hour edition of
Radioactive. Exactly. We're going to track the whole thing out. We got all the bands are calling in, do lots of giveaways. Speaking of giveaways, I got to show you the guitar.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You have a guitar. And you had the guys from Bobfly sign it.
Yeah, Bobfly has signed it. Verve Pipe has signed it, and our intention is to get the majority of the bands to sign this, and then we'll give this away December 1st.
Isn't it funny? He has an electric guitar. It's an electric guitar. Is tonight an electrical thing?
No power needed.
Well, Mark, we appreciate you coming out. Mark's on Radioactive GRD. We'll be back in just a moment with Ev Strong and the music of Botfly from the Intersection. We'll be back.
On next week's show, Graham,
we've decided to walk in on Tony Gates' morning show and ask him a few questions.
Is there any way you can let us in to talk with Tony Gates?
As far as me, I don't have that power, but I can find out for you.
Could you? Yeah. Thank you. I was going to say, some morons out here with a camera. We're here to find out why we're no longer able to work with you. Do you know why Tony's not letting anyone come on anymore? By chance? Do you?
No idea.
Shut it off if you would, please. 97 LAV FM. Do you know why Tony's not letting anyone come on anymore? By chance? Do you?
No idea. I work for BBL, so.
Oh, you're a sports channel. So you haven't heard anything?
Experience has been invaluable because part of it is about just getting in there and doing it.
I had my college education, my volunteer experience, and then Peace Corps was just another added star.
Overall, my Peace Corps experience has enriched my life in ways that are very hard to define.
Peace Corps service prepares me for what I'm doing now because it taught me how to think quickly on my feet.
It's pretty much what you make of it. There are many, many opportunities in the Peace Corps.
I strongly encourage everyone to join the Peace Corps.
Peace Corps volunteers, changing America and changing the world. See how you can make a difference. Peace Corps, the toughest job you'll ever love.
Okay, we have returned from the intersection 25 years. Okay, this is
like the biggest audience you got out there.
I don't know. We'll see if we'll be able to book any more of the bands. Okay, go ahead.
They're rushing us here. These guys will be performing at the 7th House in Pontiac, November 28th. This is off their first album. It's called Wahoo. This is Botfly.
Well, thank you, TV land. We are about flying straight record time. You want a 4-minute song? Here's one off the first record. Make sure you tune it in. Free my mind from repetition, say. My eyes are seeing up clear and bright. Well, high steps over buildings, or maybe you just maybe steps too. The gray M1 sign down the hard line, I said, on the head first trip. But in what direction? I got to tell you, it gon' be down, straight down. One a banana peel slim, thinking about the long walk home. My head and my body know, yeah. Must have lost the connection, the goddamn black cat nearly gave me a heart attack. Must have lost the connection, yes I said, somewhere along the way. Innocent intentions with them, I'm just stuck sitting here alone. I'm in the dark at night. Could it be taking a turn for the worse? I said, could it be taking me more and more and more? After it's over and I look back, you know that I'm gonna have to cry or smile, yes, screaming on. Bloodshot raving. And I can't stand to feel my skin crawling. Sad that I can spend the rest of this life in bed, y'all. Sure could use a moment's too soon here now. Said that she must have good to be seen looking my first head. And if I would have known that it would happen with me each and every day, but my life don't seem to be working out that way, y'all. Not working out that way, no. Thank you. Running as they bridge whispers. Please just try to keep your thoughts on me. And everybody pass. And
wish you well. I got a book full of good. Call them on the phone. They all dig me, my conversation so strong. Yeah, we wanna play. I said, now, yeah, 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 yeah. We wanna play. Yeah, we wanna play. I said, now, yeah, 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 yeah. We wanna play.
For the last several years, we've had a great relationship, working relationship with the folks at KLQ. About a week ago, Tony Gates, operations manager and morning host of LAV, told Steve Brancic in promotions that he is no longer going to let the station be involved with our television showgrams.
This is good TV because it involves drama, acting, all that good stuff. Candor, the unexpected. Probably see it on a rerun of the X-Files. Okay, now let's take a look here. All right.
Angela Lansbury for Child Reach. You can become a Child Reach sponsor and not only personally touch the life of a needy boy or girl overseas, but also help the child's family and community achieve the goals they have set for themselves. And a little girl like this will never feel the agony of dysentery from dirty water. A child like this will be able to go to school to learn and grow.
The need to help. Children see it clearly because their hearts have 20/20 vision. For more information about Child Reach, call 1-800-578-0808. 1-800-578-0808.
Mom, can we call, please?
Live from the intersection, and here's the reason why West Michigan music continues to flourish. Here's Dave Deaver.
Thank you.
Hello, Dave.
Thanks, Greg. How are you? How are you?
I kind of got limp on you for a minute.
All right.
Has that ever happened
That's
before?
all right.
Hey, how you
Never
doing?
before.
Hey, were you thinking about
One
running for
more time.
politics? Let's hear it one more time for the handshake.
Loving
That's
that.
okay.
Loving that.
How does a guy who majors in English all of a sudden go into the entertainment?
Well,
do you feel that this is entertainment, or is it more musical? What do you think?
Well, it's tough to say. You know, you start out writing for newspapers, covering some of the local films, plays, concerts, etc. This was in Ann Arbor in the 1970s, and producing some shows down there, and then writing about them. And
You didn't have anything to do with Watergate, did you?
No, no. Those were plumbers. I'm just in the music business. But nonetheless, the booking and the writing about it builds the contacts. And then I came back to Grand Rapids in 1987 and brought some of those musical contacts with me and some of the music from the east side of the state. But now I think we're kicking their butt. The west side of the state's beating the east side of the state. West side of the state, we're killing there. We're killing.
In 10 years or 8 years, or 25 years, how do you think music's changed? If we take since the time that you've owned the place,
you know,
let's talk locally. I mean, we're talking Lansing, Grand Rapids, Kalmazoo.
Probably the biggest advent in local and regional music has been the affordability of CD technology. In the late 1980s, early 1990s, as bands were able to afford producing their own CDs, it made being a musician more of a middle class. It expanded that instead of a grassroots thing, and basically dictated by the likes of 3 people in Los Angeles saying, "What do you think, Bob? They got the look." So, you know, now bands can actually make a living, you know, selling their CDs off the back of the bus and touring accordingly. And it's also digitally pure.
How many performers do you think have come through the door? How many acts that have gone on the national? Verve Pipe played here?
Verve Pipe has played here.
You feel they started here? Did they kind of get their
You know,
start here?
I wouldn't say that. You know, they started at a number of different clubs, clearly Lansing, Kalamazoo, Grand Rapids, but they played here a lot. They've been at it for a while. You know, the longevity of an artist, for instance, in Troll for Trout, you've got Michael Crittenden from the Westmorelands, you've got Johnny with an Eye, Water for the Pool, Verve Pipe, you've got Hannibals in 19 Wheels. clearly, a band's got to stay together, or at least some key members, for a number of years to make it. So.
All right, in ending,
In
what do you think the next 25 years is going to bring?
Probably more utilization of technology. I think we're seeing some more productive and creative use of the electronics and some of the sophistication. You're seeing better dance stuff, you're seeing better live stuff, and more CDs by more grassroots and emerging artists.
We really appreciate your sponsorship of the show, giving us a chance, and thank you for coming out.
Greg.
Dave Deaver, everybody.
Thanks, Greg.
We'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks, Greg.
Stay with us. Live from the-
I won't be coming back, coming back. I'm feeling committed.
Sometimes when you hear him crying, you can't see him. Other times when you can see him, you can't pick him up. When you can pick him up, your legs might not work to get you there. Multiple sclerosis randomly attacks the nervous system, so you never know what life will be like from one day to the next. After 50 years of helping people with MS, we're closer than ever to a cure. Help us find it.
To walk in on Tony Gates' morning show and ask him a few questions.
Monroe Mall is one of the nicest places that you can come to. Whether we make it through this or not today, I just want you to know it was for the show. This is where we really need to consult an attorney. Is there any way you can let us in to talk with Tony Gates?
As far as me, I don't have that power, but I can find out for you.
Could you? Yeah. Thank you.
Surprisingly, over a lifetime, your child is in less danger being out in the water than out in the sun. One out of 5 Americans develop skin cancer. Don't let your child be the one.
Okay, we're back and ending it from the intersection. Mark Sansa, your show is on every Sunday.
9:30 usually, but tomorrow night or tonight 7:30 for the special 3-hour playout.
And don't forget Radioactive 3, the CD's coming out. Ev is in music reviews
I just want to
every
say
month.
one thing.
Next
Larry.
week we take to the road one more time a show
Hey, Larry.
guests on a Grata bus with Grand Rapids Hoops head coach and player Mark Hughes, plus more local music and a look what happened when we crashed a morning radio show. I want to thank the crew, everybody here who's been patient with us. Have a great Thanksgiving. Remember to tune into News 3 at 5, 6, and 11 for news, sports, weather, and see the hoops in action only on Channel 3. Greg Struss, thanks for with us. We'll see you next week. Goodbye. Sorry, John.